You are now listening to the Mind Unleashed Open Mind Industries podcast. Sit back, relax, and unleash your mind. Hey guys, welcome to episode 95. Hope I sound okay. Just wanted to catch up with you guys. Episode 95, we're almost there to episode 100. As we always do, let's give a few shout-outs to our supporters. First one, Lyft, the ride-sharing app. Use the code TMUP for, I believe, $5 or $10 off your first couple rides with Lyft. Definitely check them out. I use Lyft all the time to get around. It's a godsend. It's better than Uber. There, I said it. I use the code TMUP. You need to be new to Lyft for that code to apply. I really wish they kicked you guys back a little bit. Something I don't know why they don't, but I use Lyft all the time. Also, Chief, I got check out 3D Scan to CAD. 3D Scan to CAD can be anywhere you pretty much need. Your home, office, workshop, auto garage, what have you. What Pavel does is 3D scanning. He can pretty much scan anything you pretty much need. He is a former engineer for vehicles and stuff like that. He's based out of Miami, Florida, so he can pretty much be anywhere around Florida. Definitely works up in need or a maker cosplayer or something that needs scanning to be 3D printed or CNC'd or what have you. He's definitely got you covered. He's offering his services for $100 per hour. My clients to get a better offer. Just contact me and I will definitely give you that code. He's given you guys a really, really good rate. Can't recommend him enough. Check out 3D Scan to CAD either on Facebook or Instagram. Links will be down below in the description. Can't recommend him enough. Also, please check out Strumman Law. Strumman Law hooked us up with our USPTO and trademarking. Definitely walk me through each step of the process on how to do it and what it covers, what it doesn't cover, yada, yada, yada. Definitely can't recommend him enough. StrummanLaw.com. Definitely check him out. Links will be down below in the description. I can't think of anybody else I can mention. Yeah, really can't think. It's good to get back to this episode 95. I'm going to keep repeating that over and over. My brain is a little fried, but I wanted to do a podcast. It's been a while since I have been on, and I've been giving you guys some content for the newer podcast. What that podcast pretty much is Up Past Midnight. It's a new podcast with me and Delmarie Morales, a good friend of mine who's been on episode 42. We are on iTunes, Google Play, pretty much anywhere you guys can get your podcasting content, we're there. Amazing stuff. It's been fun. It's been a blast having her on and just really just helping out an amazing friend and being able to start something new. I'm going to go into this. So pretty much, I've been doing open mind gaming and everybody's like, dude, you're an R&D company. Like, the hell do you mean with this gaming thing? Well, gaming to me is very important. It's always been part of my lifestyle and who I am with research and development, and it's good for the psyche. It's good for the brain. It's good for you to, sit back and relax and just play and release what you got going on, stress, what have you. Gaming, in the past couple of years, it's blown up more than it has. The 80s had its thing, and then it died out with the Atari and stuff like that, and it really shit the bed. So it to me will always be a godsend to me because it always helped me meet people. Couldn't really get to people and stuff like that, and gameplay and stuff like that. Stories have always been. Metal Gear was always my favorite. Like I said in the podcast on that. Has always been, my repertoire and stuff like that. Dell, obviously, Final Fantasy, and a lot of, I can't even think of what games she loves. But yeah, it's been a damn blast doing it, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing to, push it to her and say, hey man, I got this idea. Let's try it. As you guys heard from episode one. From episode one, I really had to can watch my language, and on this one I can curse and do what I got to do because my podcast I can say what the fuck I want. We Now I can speak openly a little bit. We spoke about it, and she goes, dude, you really got to work on those F bombs, man, because like during the last couple minutes it was really a lot of fucks, and I can't let people hear that. I can't be associated with that. It really, I can't. It I gotta either step away from you or I can't do this. And I'm like, all right, well, you need me to censor myself more or what have you. And I just, I told her, I stood up. I was like, it's who I am. I can't lie to anyone. I can't. And I've been very clear to many companies that I've worked with. What you get is what you get. I'm not going to sit there and bullshit you. I'm not going to sit there and go into a meeting and pretend to be this person that I'm not. You either want to work with me or you don't want to work with me. I'm sorry. I've worked with many people who are two faced. They're this, and then when you walk up and do something, they're that. Um, Sorry, I keep moving back and forth. My glasses are flaring on the camera, and I don't want people. But you're this, you're that, and OMI is not that. It never will be. I will never be. I'm tired of people being two faced. I'm tired of people being snakes. You either want to work with me or help me, or I have no fucking time for you. And that's who I am. That's who I become, and that's who I plan to be. I don't believe in sugarcoating somebody because that's horrible, horrible to do. You should always be upfront and honest. And if you have intentions, admit them to someone. Tell them like, hey, this is where I'd like to see us go, or what my goal is with you. Can we work something out? Don't sit there and pretend to be something you're not, and to get what you need. Be upfront, be honest, be who you need to be. And I plan to do that, and they've always been that way. And everybody goes, "Why do you curse so much?" And I said, I have no filter. I've stopped. I stopped worrying about scaring people. I stopped worrying about censoring myself because um, people need to see the honest you, and they should want to see the honest you. Because I don't want to be caught down the road when somebody, especially the Olympic runner who just got caught, and all my gay friends are Sherry Robinson. I don't know how to pronounce her full name, but she got busted for marijuana, and then yada yada yada. And now people, once you fuck up, people go through your whole entire Twitter life and go, "Oh shit, she's homophobic," So that's a whole damn thing, and I'm just like, that's why you're honest. Day one, you should always be your fucking self, speak your fucking mind, and shit like that doesn't get blackmailed to you, and that should never be. I mean, I've worked with so many people in other companies and stuff that it's that, and oh my god, I didn't mean to say that. That was 6 years ago. No, it's who the fuck I am. It's who and I have different opinions. Everybody has different opinions. That's okay. You evolve, you change. That's okay. But don't ever fucking stop being yourself. Don't ever deny that. Hey, that's what I was feeling at that time, or what have you. Then you're backpedaling and you're trying to filter. I didn't mean it. No, This is what I was thinking about this time. This is what it was, and then so be it. But what you get with me is you get honesty, and I've always wanted to be transparent with that. Is who the fuck I am, and my profanity. It's my profanity. I don't filter it to make things better. It's who I am. I don't want to put on a filter for anybody, because if I have to work with a company or whatever, you know what you're getting. You know what my goal, my idea is, and this is where I want to go, and you're comfortable with that. I want to make sure my personality is what you understand. I never want to lie to anybody and say this is who the fuck I am, because I don't want to be caught down the road with a company in the future. He said this on a podcast, or he said that, or he says the F bomb so much, or he says this word. You knew what you got into when you walked in. You knew what you were getting, and you knew my intentions. And case in point. But it was kind of hard in the first episode, and for me and Dell to sit down and go, okay, well, let me censor myself. So if you hear the newer stuff, like we did episode 2, I censor myself, and I really shouldn't, but it's just for her ears too, because I want, it's for her ears, and she's nervous because family. She has people that she doesn't want to hear it yet, and she's, if we get somewhere, we get somewhere. I really hope we do get somewhere, because it means a lot to me. The second podcast means so much to me that um, you work your ass off to them. And I have been playing Fortnite with my friends, Pernesco. I want to give a huge shout out to Pernesco. Michael, you can kill that, man. You really killed the logo. You also helped out with the intro. I would wish I had one. It looks that good, but yeah, man, I'm so fucking grateful to work with somebody so fucking awesome that I really get to sit down, and I'm just grateful for her every day to be like, oh my god, I have you. You're the holy grail. Like you you're the Eleanor of somebody that I wanted to work with, that I get to work with now. And to push that into her head and go, dude, you're so fucking amazing. It's kind of for her to understand. It's like I'm trying to tell her, like, dude, you're fucking awesome. You're really fucking awesome, And Dell suffers with a lot of things, and we all do. I have depression myself and stuff like that. But that's where gaming kind of hits us both. It's like what we love to do, and this is our lifestyle. And OMI, excuse me, I'm just adjusting. OMI is something that something that it's bigger than myself. And having Pesman, that be the sister podcast of OMI and another outlet for OMI, which is pretty much all my gaming. So it's good to have somebody as such as herself to be included in that. Dell is a vital fucking part of what I wanted. I wanted somebody to sit down with and go, let's try this. To beg her to do it, almost beg her to do it. And I kept pushing her and saying, hey, I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. Because all my gaming, it's not just myself. All my gaming is, like I said, it's a lifestyle. It's for those with, who have a little depression, have a little bit of this, who are scared to get out into the norm and go, what has gaming done for me, or what is the geek culture lifestyle? It's okay to live that, because we as makers, builders, designers, R&D, stuff like that myself, so many things go into my passion projects. And, working on the hangers, working on the crutches are still coming. It's just taking me time to sit down. Nobody's ever done this shit before. And I talk with companies about, like, hey, I get so many no's daily, about, dude, you're not for us, or we don't want to work with you, or no, it's a good idea, man, like, but no, we're not ready to work with you in some capacity. And that's okay, and that's fine. But to be able to work with somebody like her is just astronomical. She's got so much knowledge, and so much more knowledge than I do with gaming and pop culture and especially Japanese culture, anime. And I wish I was a lot more into that, but it's it's okay not to be. It's okay to learn. And as the episode we do, it really evolves to a closing to all of you guys. It's like, don't be scared to not know it all, or want to get into something. I want to learn. It's okay to want to learn. And many people get very, very terrified. When you're going to a con or whatever, and you're like, I want to know about this, but I want to learn. When I got into D&D, a friend of mine invited me in, and I was really, really curious of it. I said, hey man, never played D&D before. It looks really cool. What do you recommend? Like, can I just sit in for a game and just kind of watch? And he goes, yeah, man, sure, I'll invite you in. It wasn't what you think, with people with robes on and shit like that. It was people just dressed like you or I in the living room, pretty big one. And this, a CD player was going with music, and it was this whole. You had to imagine it, because sitting there, you're listening to the lore of where these characters are all going, and of course, some friends put on T-shirts, and one put on a robe for his character. It was this thing. And these people were people that you would never expect: car guys, computer guys, and stuff like that. This was like their hurrah, with beer and food and karate. It was fucking fun. And everybody was so welcoming that I sat there, and they started handing me a book, and telling me the story. So we sat there for about 30 minutes, and everybody explained the journey that they've all been on. For 30 minutes, we listened to the story from the dungeon master, etc. And it was fucking cool, man. It was it was interesting. I've never experienced it in my life. So it was cool. And everybody's like, you should come back for the next one, and maybe you should build a character. What should your character be? And it was cool that they're like, what does your disability bring into it? So, like, your disability has to be a part of your character, like, yeah, you can pretend, but your disability will bring more into it. So I developed a character and stuff like that. I didn't know about, like, dice rolls. I didn't know all that crap, but everybody was so fucking welcoming that they're like, yo, man, like, come on in for the next game. Like, what should your character name be? And everybody was talking about, like, their character, and one of my friends, his character died. Like I said, these guys are fucking metalheads. These guys are. One of the DM that we were messing with played fucking bass for a metal band, and he was the DM. And the journey that they were on was about 2 months. It was a 2 month journey. They were trying to go get this thing, and shit happened. And one of the characters are trying to heal him, and all this fucking shit was really cool. They tried going to this fucking fortress, but it was a lot. Like, the whole story behind it was awesome. And that's what I loved, that I was brought into something that I should have never been brought into, but people were so welcoming. as a community, yeah, you don't know it all, but everybody was so welcoming, and the food was there. Everybody's like, "Oh, did you get enough to eat? Did you whatever? Like, do you want a soda? Like, do you drink water? Do you coffee?" And it was so much fun to sit there and just watch and listen, and to see people jump up and down because like they got a critical hit, or oh, we'll try this, or hey, I'll back up a few steps over there. There's a lantern. The lantern hit that lantern. So they got to think about it, strategize, and the DM's telling them, okay, it's a stormy time. It's rain's getting really heavy. Hey, do you imagine this all in your fucking head? And you're just like, wow, this is cool. But this is the things that we like to on a past midnight to bring you into. It's okay not to know. It's okay to feel a little alienated, but at the same time, feel welcomed. Um, and it's okay with gaming too. It's like I don't play a lot of RPGs. I don't play a lot of first-person shooters. I do like shooters. Like me and Dell always at the end of it, always bringing something at the end. It's a still evolving podcast. The new one that we're planning on doing in a couple of days is going to be about pop culture and something that we both loved, the 90s and 2000 culture. What was our favorite weekend? And so I wrote out my list to her and sent it out today. And, we'll see what she says, see what she comes up with. And it's never going to be, we're never going to stay on topic always. And a podcast should never be overly structured. It should always be, it should be what you want it to be. And I want it to always be free flowing and loving. And it's a good outlet for those who can sit in the car and go, man, I really enjoy these guys. Like I'm so grateful for all of you to click on. I'm almost up to 10,000 downloads. I started this podcast in like 2015, I believe. I don't even remember. Like it's been so fucking long. Like either 2015 or 2016. I don't remember. I think it's March. So March 12th or whatever. I don't really remember. Like I said, I re-uploaded it to Libsyn and stuff like that. And you guys have been part of this fucking journey. And it's been so fucking awesome. Like I can't, thank everybody enough who's clicked on or clicked on the links or whatever, who clicks on the YouTube videos. And people are like, hey man, why do you do the YouTube videos too? I said, well, some people like to see the face. And I'm not scared to hide who I am. But like I keep telling Dell, like she's got to get over that. And unfortunately, she's had some weird instances where stalkers have come up on her Twitch and stuff like that. Which is kind of weird. She kind of said it to me previously. I had a friend that was being stalked or whatever, and then come to find out she told me it was her, and I'm like, that should never happen. Like, I do have some friends that are very well hackers. Like they're really, this is what they do for a living. Like one of my friends is an ethical hacker, and his job is to break down security walls. I can't tell you who he works for, but he, pretty much works for a company that goes through and they go into networks. Like he drives around and has to go into your network, to find the vulnerabilities and yada yada yada. And then my cousin works for the FBI and stuff like that as a data analyst or whatever the hell she does. Really doesn't talk about really much what she does, but she found me in like seconds. She's like, you're out there, she's like, because we were at a barbecue one night just talking and we were just talking about like shit that I was working on. And she's like, oh, that's super cool, like whatever. And she's like, how's the podcast going? How's their stuff going? What's going on with your 3D printing and stuff like that? Like she found me on YouTube. She's like, I watched one of your videos, like what you're up to. Seems like you're really happy now. Like what's going on with all that? And I said, well, I want to do this and this and this. It just takes time. And everybody keeps telling me it takes time. Don't give up. And that's the one thing I have not done. I will never give up on what I'm doing because it's opening more windows for everybody else. I'm doing okay. I'm not financially doing great right now, but that's who is. But at the same time, she's like, you could die today. And what did you leave? What are you so worried about? And you really shouldn't be worried about it because if anybody wants to find you, they're going to find you. And sadly with Dell, that has happened. She spoke about it openly on the Twitch video that we did with Sackboy. And apparently some dude, got a hold of her to Discord and was like, hey, is this you? And she's like, no, that's not me. So on Twitch, I have to unfortunately use her not real name. And I keep telling her, dude, I'm like, if that ever happens again, get a hold of me or get us to somebody else. Because I've had so many friends, unfortunately, get cyber stalked, and it's not fun. Like, I don't hide myself because it's hard to when I'm a business owner. Number one, number two, if you want to come to my house, just fucking ask. And I've had some cool people like come up. I've had a maker come up, literally email me, said, "Hey man, I don't. You said you live in the Florida area. I live in the Florida area, having a lot of printer issues. Do you mind if I stop in? Can we meet up somewhere? Can we just talk?" So I ended up Skyping him one night, and we both agreed to Skype. And ended up turning into a pretty cool dude. We talked for a good couple hours. So he showed me his printer and stuff like that. We ended up talking, and I said, "Dude, if you get some time, here's where I live. Bring it on over. I'm a chill dude. You're a chill dude." Come to find out, the guy's a hardworking dude. He works for aerospace thing, whatever. But he's like, "I'm getting into this. This is not what we work on. This is he does programming." So I'm like, "Hey man, like it's super easy. Check out this video." So we ended up meeting at my place, and after sitting in my kitchen, my parents here, and working and fixing this printer, like going through the co-brand coding and stuff like that. Shit that I didn't even know how to do, but like shit that I kind of learned. I ended up helping out with that, working on some code, and we're still, we still talk. So it's pretty cool to meet people. But I'm not scared to hide myself. Like honestly, you see my face, you see who the fuck I am. And honestly, if you're a streamer, your anonymities are already gone. Your privacy is already gone. There's no way of people not figuring out who the fuck you are. I've never heard of anybody trying to being good at covering it up. You might as well put a fucking mask on, and that should be that. So I'm trying to teach Del Marie the same thing. It's like, dude, if that ever happens again, get a hold of me. I got some friends that will fucking gladly go after the guy or whoever the hell it is, because they know how to find you. If you're going to, and the story was, and I hate to bring this up without her permission, but she spoke about it openly on Twitch with me, and she texted me privately, but she's like, "Hey, can you please stop calling me by my real name?" And I'm like, she's like, "Can you either call me Fatal or call me D or whatever? Don't call me Murder. I'm not ready for people to find out." Like it's really heartbreaking that happened to her, because it should never happen. You should never cyberstalk anybody. It's disgusting. And if you really want to know about somebody, just fucking ask. Just fucking. I know it's disheartening that somebody has to be cyberstalked. Yeah, I don't know why people do it. I understand. You're either falling in love with this person or what have you, but it's not a cool fucking feeling to know that somebody is not illegally. I mean, you can find out anything you want for the right number. It's like he went on. Apparently, so the story is, as well as I know it, apparently she was on stream and the guy looked her up or somebody heard her name. Which I keep telling her, be upfront. Don't. The minute you're hiding something, that's the minute someone's going to start looking. And that's the scariest part. And that's what I've learned myself is like, don't hide yourself, because it's easy for someone to do a face algorithm, which I have friends that do that. My friend literally showed me something. He was like, he took a fucking small camera, took a screenshot of my face, and found me in seconds. This is what he's been working on. I can't say who he's working for, but this is the shit that they do. And he's like, yeah, man, he's like, it's terrifying. It's terrifying the shit we can do, but he's like, number one, he's like, don't hide yourself, number one, because like, dude, someone's gonna want to know more of you. But like, getting back to her story, the guy ended up looking her up and all this other crap, and she had to went to Discord and said, "Hey, is this you? Do you live here?" And this is apparently her old address where she used to live. "Is this you? And this is where you live?" And all this shit. And I'm like, "Yeah, anybody can." I'm like, I told her, I'm like, anybody could find that out in seconds. You think you're private, but you're not. If anybody wants to know something about you, all it takes is a little bit of casual. You can go to any public knowledge thing and type it in, your name or whatever, and it could be, because I ended up having to find somebody who ripped me off through Facebook. I didn't go through the conventional means. I went through a friend and my own deep dive in it. The reason why I had to back search this guy is because this guy ripped me off. When I was moving to the new house here on 123 Open Mind Street, which if you go on the thing, you'll know about where I live. It's on Facebook, where I live. So, but I just call it Open Mind Street because I think it's a really cool name. But I really wish I could call it Open Mind Street. That'd be really cool. Like Facebook Avenue or whatever. I like Open Mind Street. That's cool. Maybe I'll make a sign that says that. Anyway. But yeah, I had to look him up, and thank God I did. I kind of found out. Once he found out, he kind of got me and whatever. It worked and it didn't work. I was able to reverse Facebook stuff and find posts and where he was, who he worked for, yada yada yada. So I really didn't need my friend. I just told my friend, I'm like, "Hey man, like this guy ripped me off, yada yada. Can you kind of help me kind of reverse search?" And he was like, "I got you." So, and it was for like almost $100 worth of, an Apple Watch and yada yada. So what happened with my story was, I was with my friend Dana, went to have dinner with her, and then I was like, oh, I might want to get a new Apple Watch. I got some extra cash, so why not get a new Apple Watch? I can give you my Apple Watch, so you can start working on it or whatever. Yada yada. And the dude played really coy, and things just so many red flags with the Facebook's marketplace. I noticed that I was like, I should have noticed, but I was eager. And he took photos of somebody else's shit and created a whole fake profile of his stuff and then put it under all this crazy fucking shit. Which my ass should have noticed. Even my one friend's like, you should have noticed all that. He's like, you out of everybody should have noticed that. And I did. So that's why I had to reverse search. Thank God I did. I got his real name and all that stuff. And he thought he was slick, but I was able to get a lot more stuff. Found out where he really lived and all that stuff, who he was living with and all that stuff. I don't recommend ever, ever, ever doing that. But the reason why I did, I got hold of his head personally. I said, dude, I know where you live. I know who you are. I know what truck number you're in. I know all this shit. I don't recommend ever. And I don't condone ever doing that. But I threw it up to a few friends. I'm like, hey, this guy fucked me. Should I go after him? And everybody was like, yeah, go after him. Like, don't harm him, but go after him. Like, let him know that you know that you know. He knows that you know that you know where he is and who he works for and what his truck number is and all this shit and who his girlfriend is. So I shot him out an email. He saw my message and was like, oh. And I was like, I've already went to the bank with it, man. I've already went to your, they already have your tracking number. They already have all this shit. So Chase Bank, fraud department. I was like, what's his real name? I'm like, his real name is blah. So they ended up taking care of that. I still have it on file somewhere just in case. I always keep a little file, that file hidden, encrypted somewhere. I won't say where it is. Closed just in case. So I even told him, I was like, hey, don't come after me. Don't call me. Do anything. You fucked up. I fucked up. Just call it a day, refund the money. You're smart, but you're not that smart. So I don't recommend ever doing that to somebody, but the guy fucked it. You don't fuck with someone else's money. I always tell people that. So sorry, Discord went off on my friend's thing. But yeah, the thing is, like, it's sad that I had to do that, but I had to do it in my own terms. I talked to a few friends to do it, and they're like, dude, go after the guy. You get your money back. Call, But Facebook now has kind of changed their proceeding. There was nowhere to go with Facebook, and that was a good chunk of money. It's $100 gone. And I was like, really, really, So yeah, I don't recommend. But yeah, this dude kind of like stalked Del Marie, and I did appreciate that. So I told her straight up, I was like, if that ever happens to you again, let me know, because I have friends, and there's a lot of communities out there that I've dealt with, that I've helped out, that work against that. We don't go against cyberbullying, and we go against people who are stalking people, and that's just it's sick. You don't ever do that. That's gross. I know what you're trying to. I know what he was trying to do, and you don't, just because you're like, oh my god, this person's really cute. Maybe I can find out about her. Maybe I can, like, it's like, dude, just fucking tell her. Honestly, if that's what you want, tell her. You know, don't stalk somebody like that. Don't be a fucking creeper, because we've gone against you people that have done that. And sadly, one of the girls, even one of the guys, man, one of the guys I was playing with, I don't want to mention his name here, but his ex-wife, this is on PSN. His ex-wife ended up stalking him, like going into our parties and stuff. We thought it was him a couple nights, and then one of my bros, spotted. One of my gaming bros, who you guys already probably know, and the spotting, kind of noticing it. He was like, "Hey," like, he get a weird message like, "Hey, mic doesn't work, but I can still hear you guys." So one night we get a text of like, "Hey, um, you know, I get a private text like, "Hey, be careful what you send on party chat." And I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "I think that's not him." And I'm like, "Oh," and he's like, "Yeah, because I get a weird text," and he showed me the screenshot of what he got. I was like, "All right, I'm hopping on a party." Come to find out, we text the guy and we're like, "Are you on right now?" He's like, "I'm at fucking work." Like, what the hell? He's like, "Yeah, man, like, your profile is being used or whatever." And he was like, "Oh, that bitch." So he logged on and he was like, "Yo, like, ask him a question." Come to find out, it was his ex-wife going and playing in our games with us to pretend to be him. And they wanted to know this and this and this, and we're like, like, You okay? Why are you not talking? And then like, oh, Mike's not working, whatever. She was being fucking weird, I guess, to find out some dirty details of him, what he was working on or whatever. Fucking weird, just fucking weird. And I can't respect anybody who does that. That should be never a thing. But yeah, wild. It's wild that people have the balls to do that, or they're just like, hey, I'm gonna do that. So, but anyway, yeah, like it's disheartening. It's disgusting. It should never happen. If you join our Discord server on Upesmina or of my, yeah, we won't tolerate that there. We will not, and I personally will not. I will, you know, I will ban your ass. I will look your ass up, or I don't. You should never be cyber stalking somebody, or like I said, if you're into somebody or a game or whatever, like gives people privacy. I even mentioned it on our Twitch channel. Give us privacy at the same time. It's like I've had people come to the house, pick up their prints or whatever like that. That's fine. I've had a lot of clients come up and for the Miami, Florida area, the outdoor area. I'm not gonna lie where I'm at. Hey man, I'm in the area. Do you mind if I come just pick up the print and whatever? Yeah, I've had so many good clients that way. Um, and then I've had clients come up and say, hey man, like I want to get into this. We sit in the driveway here and speak for a little bit. And I met quite a few awesome people, man. People that are just people, not stalkers or anything like that, but want to get into it, want to find a maker place, or want to open up a little shop here at Renegers Flea Market. That's where I'm pretty much entered. A friend of mine told me that recently I should open a flea market there, and I was like, nah, I have no money for space, whatever. So, and what I do, I can do here at the house, so in the office. So, um, it's what it is. But it's like respect people's privacy, number one, and be respectful. Like, I'm sad that had to happen to her, but I wanted to speak about it openly here, because it happened. It's a sad moment, and I have to like watch my language, or you know, um, watch my language, or be delicate, because it's like it's terrifying that somebody is coming after you or stalking you. It's like that's fucking so 19 fucking 90s or 2000s. Like, come on, man. Grow the fuck up. But if you guys go into our Discord or whatever, or our Best Midnight Discord, please note we're not going to respect that. Please don't come in there to stalk us or whatever. And if you want to know more about me, dude, my fucking shit's out there in the open. Like, I'm not going to hide, but please don't stalk. That's disgusting. That is not correct. It's just I can't respect it. To be that much of a fucking disgusting human is beyond me. I would never, you know. And I've got some family members, sadly, that are in jail for child pornography. And I've met somebody else who I had to work on the computer from work. I won't mention that person's name. Well, they're no longer employed where I'm at. So, but uh, they had some no porn, and yeah, I didn't call it out, but I'm the one who kind of found them. The family members that he knew of it and report them, and yada. He was under investigation, and yada yada yada. And also, same thing happened to my mom and my mom's coworkers. He got busted too, and sting and stuff like that. I kind of anonymously reported. So I can't respect that. I can't respect anybody who's into that kind of thing, or into stalking or cyber stalking, or that's fucking disgusting. So please don't. And know that I don't respect it, and Dell doesn't respect it, or any of my fucking close friends don't respect it. You should never be like that. And if you're gonna join our Discord or whatever, no, we're doing it for love. We're doing it for the support of gaining a community of some really cool people that normally wouldn't. You know, they want to get out of their shells. They want to talk about the subject. They want to be a part of a community of love and just creation and what have you. I don't I don't want any animosity or hatred or harm to come to anybody. It's I've got my life is fucking my life. I go one day at a fucking time. I'm just like, hey, I made it cool, And sadly, I want to give a quick moment for somebody we just lost at Universal. We just found out today, and yeah, man, it's so bad, so sad. Um, I don't know why I can't bring it into his blanket. It's all over Facebook right now. I want to give a shout out to him and his family. Unfortunately, he passed away as well as his son did, and it's heartbreaking. Let me pull up his name real quick. I'm sorry I forgot his name real quick. There's just a lot I'm speaking about. Um, Yeah, everybody's kind of learning. Everyone is just learning about it. Student from that. I'm trying to go through. Dang, I can't remember his name. It's all over Facebook right now. Come on, right now. I'm trying to find it. Apparently, I can't find it. Sorry, I got his name. I do want to give us my condolences to Michael Skipper's family. Um, for him and his son Mikey that both passed away last night. They were coming home from Disney and apparently had on collision. Some car got in their lane, took a smacko, and I don't want to give a moment of silence for him and his family. All right. Uh, that was hard news today too to pick up that um, everybody knew of him and everybody called him Skip. So I knew of him through passing, I believe. I'm bad with coworkers' names and stuff like that. And when I met them, they all know of me because I'm who else walks on crutches and stuff like that. Everybody knows of me. They don't know me. It's not a sad thing, but it's also a thing that it is what it is. Um, but yeah, it's horrible news today that I got, and I just want to send my condolences to him or to his wife and his surviving daughter. Um, it's going to be a hard road, but the Universal family has kicked in. There's a GoFundMe. I'll put a link down below that in the description if you want to donate. You don't have to donate if you don't know, but it seems like it's going pretty well, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking when life can go so fucking quick, and I think that's why I was telling Dell. I was like, let's start a project. Let's do a thing, and it's an amazing feeling. Like I said, it's an amazing feeling to start something with somebody and get it moving and grooving. And Open Minds, has been such a thing, and it's not making me a shit ton of income right now, but the name's out there. We're growing. People know who we are. People are willing to work with us. Ninja Flex, Vendors Drives, who I've worked with before for the hand grips and stuff like that, have been more than willing to be assisted. And can we share your stuff? Can we work with you? How do we help? And they sent out about $100 worth of filament to me. They sent me 2 rolls of filament. At the time, were very expensive. It's about almost $40 a roll, $40 to $50 a roll at the time. And they're like, hey man, like try some Ninja, try some Semi. And I had a DaVinci 1.0, and I had ended up having to go with a Robo, which put me in debt a little bit, and getting a bigger credit card from from Chase. And well, I'm sitting there massively in debt. I'm going, holy shit! Now I'm gonna have to be back because I've had to miss payments and stuff like that. But it's it's crazy. You don't know where it's gonna bring you, what it's gonna bring you. And I'm working on crutches still. I'm working on the hand grip still. Every day I wake up and I'm like, dude, you're doing better at these podcasts and you do your research. But now I've got a VR system that I can do, the Oculus Quest. And every day I'm moving forward to a new goal. Like the podcast wouldn't have been anything without Dean or somebody telling me, go ahead and do it. I was too frightened to get in front of the camera. And now I'm like, I'm okay. I'm okay with putting myself out there and whatever. And I've gotten a few emails from the podcast. People hit me up directly from OpenMind and hey, thank you. Thank you for speaking about your depression and stuff like that. I want to get into making, or I want to build stuff. And then a few people, hit me up like, hey, my printer's not working. Can you give a little advice? Where would you go to for the Robo or whatever? And it's cool being able to do that. And it was such a beautiful thing. Um, and to be so close to this 10,000 download mark, holy shit. Like, bro, it started with one listener of me talking about shit. And I'm like, I talk about jack diddly shit. This is just me getting shit off my brain through technology and things that I love and shows that I love and people that I love to something that's bigger than itself. OMI is much bigger than itself. It's bigger than me and John Alizea, who's my business partner, who I really needed to get back on track with, but he's so busy doing his own thing. And, you know, without John and myself sitting down and going, let's try this idea. First to start off with this back thing to carry my crutch, and that kind of, it's kind of like, okay, that's more, need to go more into R&D, to developing cash and money, and then all the people who donated into the, um, the GoFundMe and stuff like that to help me start OMI and help us get the website and help us get this shit going, and me trying to find sponsors, at least like trying to get a sponsor for this fucking thing to pay for, the podcast storage. I don't want to do the storage. Everybody's like, oh, you can go free. I'm like, yeah, you can, but they owe your content. Your content isn't your content, just because it's free. Well, someone's getting rich off your shit. Like, that's for sure. Like, and it shouldn't be that way. You should be the one prospering from your shit. And it's horrible. Like, somebody was like, oh, what are you spending on the podcast? This podcast is coming out of me, and I'm still putting a little money aside each week to pay for it. And, I was like, well, you asked for handouts and help. And I'm like, yeah, you should. I learned that from a couple companies. One guy told me, I keep forgetting the company he's with, but he told me a while back, way back, it's like, you don't be afraid to ask for help. We can help if we can. You may get told no, but, why didn't you ask? And that was something I put out a few emails and say, hey, man, can I try this? Can I get some help? And a lot of companies replied, hey, I can't help you at this time. Or, the one company that I'll always give a shout out to too is Powapoly. They were fucking amazing when I wanted to look into resin printer, and I hit up Formlabs instead of thing with Formlabs. And Form, they're one of their, people got a hold of me. We had a long conversation, and even she giggled at me. And that's not a slap at Formlabs. Formlabs put a fucking dislike to the video of me like not liking them, because they offered to like slice the model or whatever. But I spoke about what Formlabs actually is. It's not meant for you or I. It's not meant for a hobbyist. You need to be a Fortune 500 or somebody who's really doing well in your field. And I've talked to Thingery, Frank and Polito, who's actually really cool. He's part of was part of Adam Savage's crew and still is. He runs Thingery. He's done shit for like Netflix. He's done Stranger Things and a few other things. I talk with him directly on Twitter, and I'm like, hey man, like, how are your Powapoly's? Like, he's like, oh, they're fucking amazing. He's like, even he kicked Formlabs to the fucking side because he couldn't get parts for the printers. And then I talked to a few makers that use Formlabs, and they're like, yo, don't. Just fucking don't. And these are people that are doing better than me, who can afford like 30 of them, 30 of those goddamn printers, and like they're doing well. Like these are people that build car parts, that are like, and then I talked to a couple of nonprofits that own them, and they're like, don't do it. Just don't do it. So when I got told by Frank Polito and a few other people to not fuck with Formlabs, I was like, yeah, don't fuck with Formlabs. Granted, their shit was cool, but I was like, But when Frank Polito and a few other people told me directly, like Chris and Sam and a few other people that like hit me up on their, then especially the nonprofits that own a couple forums, they were like, yeah, man, the reason why I don't like Form is because it's hard to get. It's not that they're not good printers; it's just hard to maintain, and they're very costly to get parts for. Now, when you can't get parts for a printer that you spent $3,000 on, that's a fucking problem, and that's where they were at. They're like, I've called, I've begged, I'm on the supply chain, and the supply chain apparently was so bad that Frank Polito and his shop over Thingery, and then like Chris and Sam, like they couldn't get parts for their shit, and that's what they all told me. They're like, just getting parts, just the ecosystem of it is so bad that you can't get shit. So they had to go into to whatever. But I ended up hitting up Persa, Powapoly, a lot of freaking companies. They were all so beautiful. Like firstly, Persa, man. Persa hit me up directly from the sales department. I was like, hey man, this is who I am. This is what I want to do. Can you guys help in any way? I can't afford like to get one. I want to test one. And last tax season, I ended up getting a laser cutter, which I still need to use K40, and I'm Creality, two Creality L2Rs, and they're little printers, but dude, they print really well, and I'm able to use the software, and I'm able to use like to work on the stuff and make some parts for the crutches and parts for myself and yada yada yada, and I use Oligo Gray and stuff like that. Like I wouldn't be anywhere without all this help and assistance and shit like that. It's crazy, So I put a lot of it back to you guys, like, thank you. I'm so off topic of what I wanted to talk about, but this is just me speaking my mind. Um, but it's great. It all comes full circle back to helping people out and like starting a new podcast and like asking Pernesco. And I'm glad Pernesco, watched the video and he said, and a few other people wrote in and said, no, dude, you have to start a new podcast. You know, uh, all my gaming is a whole other entity of you guys. But for this company to grow where it's growing is like, and so like people are like, what is this podcast? Why do you have it? And the shitty part is like when I started moving it forward, I told Dell the same thing. I was like, where it goes, we have no idea. You know, let's just keep moving forward and let it grow where it grows and let the audience find the audience and yada yada. And she gets a little frightened to promote it because of nervousness. It's like people can't know I'm doing this. It's like they already know. Chances are people already know what the fuck you're up to. There's no way getting around that. You shouldn't be scared to try new things. You shouldn't be scared to do things and let them say what they say. It's crazy when I walked into work. I was telling her the first time, and it still happens every so often. But I've had nothing but beautiful people come to me lately and yearly. And how's that open mind thing going? But a few shitty people have come back and how's that open mind thing going? You doing that thing podcast and you're doing that gaming thing you're doing? Yeah. How's it working out for you? Working out okay. I'm like, well, okay. We have a thing, and I have a friend that's commissioning me for a project, and I have another friend that wants to help him with this 3D printer, and I have another friend who just bought a 3D printer the other day. So I'm helping him out, like learn 3D printing because he wants to build some cool shit for his tattoo studio. He's also done this tattoo part, so. uh, but and that's the thing. It's like haters are gonna fucking hate what they're gonna hate, but there's also gonna be so many people telling you to do it that you should just do it. At the end of the day, walk out, create something, and be happy. And I keep trying to instill it into her. Help a friend. It's like she's, like so Dell's back in Puerto Rico, and she's hating every minute of it because of just there's no jobs out there. The way it's structured, there's money is tight and all this other shit. And I want nothing for her to succeed. I want to give her a platform to push. Like I want to see her Twitch channel grow more. I want to see her. I want to see this become whatever. Like Dell also does our painting, and I have prints that she did, which I'll put on the thing. Put on the Facebook and stuff like that. And if you guys want some, the helmets, please. I'm looking forward to getting rid of them and giving half the money to Dell because like that. I really want to get rid of these helmets. Like they're. I respect the client. I'm not going to give away his name, but I understand he was going through shit. But to be able to just at least say fuck it, not even to like give me a little bit of a cut of like what I did, and that money came out of me when I didn't have the money, to pay her and to put her on staff. And like that's one thing somebody else told me, like, why do you put your friends on staff? And I'm like, because they're fucking talented. They're people that I can really, really trust to get shit done. The helmets were done previous, but I was waiting for his confirm and shit was going on, and he was nice to confirm back and forth, but like it sucked that I couldn't move forward, and they're still fucking sitting here. I made a few more, and I had testers. I tested with the resin printer, and it just fell through. And I was like, "What the fuck?" Which I'm still like, I'm salty, and I have a right to be fucking salty about that, because like, dude, that's money I'm out, time I'm out, And Dell was like, "You need to start writing a fucking contract." So sadly, I got to start doing that. No more of this fucking. It's going to be now, half later, because I can't sit there and not get paid for something that I was working on or what have you. It blows. It really fucking blows that, you do something and it just sits here. I can't sit here. Like some friend of mine was like, "Hey man, make some inventory and put it on your shelves." I can't. That's not a thing how I work. 3D printing just pays for my research time. Like literally. People are like, "Why do you just 3D print?" I'm like, "Well, I'm researching material that I like." If you research it and learn it more and learn how the printer works, that way you can go on to the project you need to go on and you know what you should be looking for. And that's a beautiful fucking thing. It's called our research and development. Um, and a lot of R&D is that, the crutches wouldn't have, I wouldn't know about PLA, this PLA. I wouldn't know about carbon fiber. I wouldn't know about resin, how resin can expand with heat. Um, oh, it cracks around this temperature. Oh shit, be careful because we can't send it out to a client if we finish up with some part and it cracks. That's why the R&D part comes of it. Like I said, the stuff that I do is it's all internal. It's all part of the ecosystem that I'm doing. Um, and the podcast is just me to speak my fucking brain and have fun. And the gaming part of it comes because I love to sit down, watch something spurting, and play something that I love. And it just helps me kind of clear my brain and go, that's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. Wonder how that looks. You know, but learning, doing a lot of models and printing a lot of models, uh, helps because it teaches me the threshold of what this does or how this works or what have you. That way I can take it and put it into my engineering, learn some stuff. So, um, but yeah, it's been a wild run. Let's see what that whole. I don't even know where we're at. I don't know how many more minutes I am at. Really should put a timer on this thing. But yeah, man, I'm just so freaking glad where this podcast is going. I'm so grateful that she agreed to all this, and it's nerve-wracking for her, I know, because like I said, it kind of bugs me a little bit, but at the same time, I respect it. That she's like scared to get out there, but I want you guys to welcome her, love her, because I knew people would enjoy her, as much as I enjoy working with her, as much as I enjoy, she's, the holy fucking grail of a friend, you people like this, you don't get often, you don't get to meet often, and it's such a blessing to work with her. It's like she's infectious. Her personality is so infectious and so welcoming and calming. It's like I could be this. Oop, about the mic. Sorry. Um, it's just this cool thing. So I hope it goes well. We'll see. But all in due time. We'll see. But this is why I started the new podcast. This is what I've been posting the last two of them. People are like, "What's your new shit?" Well, that's the new shit I've been working on. That's been a lot of my own work. I'm recording this on Zoom, so come to find out, Zoom records pretty fucking well. And I wish I could record it, but I can't. I'm using the free version, which we're able to do because she's in Puerto Rico and ended up going out and getting her Google Wi-Fi because her Wi-Fi kind of sucks on the island. So she's really trying to get back, and we keep joking about doing a GoFundMe for her to get her off the island. And um, it's a joke, but kind of not a joke too. So like every day, my fingers are crossed for her. Like I hope nothing but the best for her. I want to, she's a person that I don't want to lose, and um, it's just freaking awesome that I get to work with somebody with a hidden talent that not even she knows she has. She's a hell of a fucking painter. I mean, I got to get these helmets sold, so I'll show them. I'm sure. And I might just get rid of all of them for like $1.50, because like and just throw that into the thing and then split the cash. Because I'm ready to get rid of all these stupid helmets and get rid of them. But to have somebody who's so talented and you're trying to expose that hidden talent and say, you're really fucking talented. I really love you. You're really fucking amazing. Let's go do this thing. Let's try this thing. And but this is for her to go, I don't know if I'm that good. But even she said, you need to push me. You need to tell me that I need that love, because she, unfortunately, goes through moments that she doesn't feel confident in herself. And I always have to tell her she's confident. I've had days like that where I don't feel confident. But dude, she's amazing. I knew she would be loved, and people would be like, "Wow, dude, she's amazing. She's really fucking good." Like, wow. And a lot of my friends who clicked on the podcast, thank you so much, because that means a lot. The one thing I will ask from you guys, if you're subscribed to The Mind Unleashed, please subscribe if you can. It's costing you nothing. I'm not asking you for money. Because I'm really just trying to go to the numbers so we can get a little bit of sponsorships to hopefully just help pay for the storage. Like that to me, that helps me create more content for you guys. Because it's costing me about like almost 30 a month out of my own pocket just to put it in. Just to pay for the storage on Libsyn. It's not a lot. But even if you want to donate to PayPal, which we split the money, whatever. So it helps pay for storage. It helps pay for this. Helps pay for that. I'll put a link down below in the description. I hate telling people, "Hey, man, click subscribe." You know what to do if you like what you like. But I'm really trying to get this project up off the ground. Really trying to get it to move. Um, because I really love gaming, and I really love because it means a lot to me. It brings a lot to the culture, my design, or what I like to do, and I like to help people. I really do, and yeah, man, I just want to see it succeed. But I can't thank you guys enough for just the opportunity, and that's enough for me to say even that because like you guys didn't have to click the play button today or tomorrow or down the road, but you did. You gave me a chance to be in your ears or on your car stereo, or what have you. And I keep telling Dell, I'm like, the world is ugly, but it is also a fucking beautiful place, and you need to get used to what can come of either. You know, um, trust me, it's nerve wracking for her, it's nerve wracking for me, but for her, sadly, like I said previously, the world was disgusting, and that's not a good feeling. Um, it's not good that something like that happened to her. Somebody cyber stalked her and really made her mistrust. You know, so I'm asking for everybody to just be lovely, man. Just be fucking awesome. Be excellent to one another. Um, and that's what it should be. You shouldn't have to worry about somebody cyber stalking you or harming you or whatever. And I hope up past midnight, it grows really, really well. It just keeps moving and grooving. We ended up getting a new follower last night without even anything. It's beautiful. I want to give her a shout out, by the way. Like, yeah, she's awesome. So I want to give her a shout out. Let me see. Give me a sec. Nyla. So Nyla, I'm not going to pronounce your last name. Just give me some privacy. Nyla, thank you for the subscribe to the Facebook page on Up Past Midnight. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. I was not expecting that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That means a lot to us. Hopefully that that's the one thing Dell was mentioned to me. She doesn't like the profanity because what if a sponsor or whatever hears the profanity? And like I said previously, I want them to hear it because I want someone to follow us to follow us. Don't worry about um, don't worry about what they think. If you're gonna follow us, you're gonna follow us. So it is what it is. But it's so awesome to play some games and get down to dirty and just have some fun. And we did a lot of It Takes Two. I want to put a lot of that on the YouTube page. Um, I know you guys will find it when you find it, and I know you'll hear this when you hear this. But if you could, please give our page a like, YouTube page a like, or Twitch a like. That would really help. Actually, I am going to ask for that because I am trying to get it on Twitch more. Apparently, you can't upload shit to Twitch without 50 followers. So I'm going to try to ask you guys if you could. Maybe we can reach that goal. I would like that. That way I can upload to Twitch and have a whole another way for the audience. You don't have to, but I would like you to see you to do that. We'll see. But man, it's been such a beautiful run with the new podcast, and it's been awesome. I heard nothing but good feedback from all my friends, so thank you guys all for doing that. Like I said, Dell's been a little up in the air, just about where it's going. I can't wait to record the new one, so hopefully we can do that this week. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. New podcast, that's why you've heard the new one. I'm sorry. You've heard the new podcast and stuff like that. It's been a blast doing it. I can't wait to get to episode 3. Can't wait to get to episode 5. We'll see where she goes. I can't do it without Del and vice versa, But thank you guys for making her feel so welcome to the All My community, to the All My family. It's been a blessing. I can't wait to see the numbers go a little bit on both podcasts. And thank you guys for just everything you guys have done. You made me feel so welcome, so loved. And I just want you guys to know I really, from the bottom of my heart, fucking appreciate it. It just means so much. So for anybody who listens in the future, why the hell does he do a gaming podcast? Why the fuck? it's because it's a big part of my life, and oh my is bigger than myself, and that's what we do, And people are like, maybe you should do this and then. And also another reason why I put it part of the major brand is because oh mine's a bigger brand. I want people to know it is what it is. Um, it's much more than R&D. It's much more than 3D printing. It's a way of life to me. It's all this. When you look at the logo and you look at myself, it should feel love. It should feel life. You should know what the hell that really means. Um, and I can't be thankful enough for Pernesco, man. Michael fucking really kicked it out of the park with the All My logo. Um, I am looking for somebody to print shirts, or if you guys know of anybody who designs some fucking really cool stuff here that maybe you might want to send us in a magnet or whatever, that'd be some cool shit. I'm looking to find something. I just can't find. I went to custom ink and a few other things, and I'm still not like pleased with like. I'm not pleased with like the shirts and stuff. Um, so if you guys want to send me a link or whatever to somebody you trust, or send me somebody you want to promote, or if you're willing to get promoted by me, I'm willing to promote you. Maybe if we can get a little price, reasonable price, maybe for like 2 shirts or whatever. Maybe get like a contester. I would really appreciate that because that'd be cool as shit. I'd like to work some merch, but I don't know where to go. So if some of you guys can maybe email me at openmindindustries.com or oh my, it's the website. Oh, that's right, the website's down for a little bit. I can't afford the actual website right now. The domain's paid for. It's all good. Hopefully by September, August, I can get it up. That's like $19 a month. And I've asked Squarespace for like help, but they don't even want to sponsor us. It's horrible. I've asked them so much. Like, can you guys sponsor us? They're like, no, you're not good enough. It sucks to get sponsored because they want you to give them at least 100,000 likes an hour. A lot of fucking likes. I've done so many sponsorship hookups that it's been like, how many followers do you have on Twitch? How often do you do this? And you're like, can you just fucking give me a link and then maybe people click it? We'll find out. Oh no, we won't do that. So you do what are you gonna do for us? So it's kind of that thing. But yeah, if you're like a person, t-shirt person or a magnet person or an Etsy store trying to get your shit out there and just hey man, let me know. I'm willing to throw you a few bucks or we'll come up with a price and we both can afford it works out for both of us. Or maybe I can 3D print your logo and you can turn it into a business card. Wink wink. Maybe we can work out something out together. You do some work for me, I do some work for you, and get your name out there and get your store out there. I would highly appreciate that. So yeah, I don't know what else more to say, man. It's been such a wild run. Um, again, my condolences to Skip family, and I wish them nothing but the best. It's such a hard thing to lose somebody. It was hard news this morning. I didn't get the news until uh, later this afternoon, and it's just been War Universal has been love, love. It's just been love. It's real pick up the past hours, and so many people from attractions and ET and stuff like that have been very, very emotional. But it looks like the GoFundMe has hit its mark, so at least the funeral and stuff is covered. I'm so grateful that people, really care and love, and I just want to keep going, moving and grooving, and I'm so grateful that people um, are showing me love. It's beautiful. I mean, it's not cash wise, but knowing that those download links are happening and all this stuff like that's happening, and see the numbers going on our thing that's happening. But get ready, it's coming. I'm so grateful for the all my family to love both podcasts. I've heard, like I said, nothing but good feedback. I've got nothing but bad, nothing but good. I haven't heard anything bad. The only bad, like I said, that Delmore didn't like was my profanity. And the reason why she didn't like the profanity is because she's terrified of a sponsor. She wants Sony to hit us up, and Sony's a fucking bastard from what I'm hearing. Uh, Sony to send out a code or whatever. She wants to get in that realm. We can get free shit from them. Nothing is free. You got to work for it. Got to build your audience and stuff like that. And I keep telling her that the audience will find us when it's ready. The audience will find us when it's ready. And the my family found me when it found me. I'm so grateful, and I keep trying to push this in her head. That it will come when it comes. Patience is key. Life is fucking hard. I wouldn't have kept doing this. It was what it was. my 3D printing community is growing where it's growing. People have been very supportive of what I'm doing here. It's cool to have bosses like look at me at work and go, "You're doing good." Like it looks, and I've had bosses call me out of the blue and say, "Hey man, can you just work for me?" Yeah, sure. What do you need? I found this thing, but I don't know what to do. How much would it be? And they're like, willing to work with me, and I'm willing to work with them, and I cut them a little discount because that's the thing you should do. I'm breaking even most of the time, but that's the thing you should do. Um, but yeah, I'm so excited for the future for Up Past Midnight. That's where Open Mind Gaming is now. So first I was looking, well, why am I not posting to or live streaming to All My? Well, the YouTube page. Well, the reason why I'm not posting there is because it's moving to another channel. Uh, it's part of the All My family. It is. That's what's going on. That's what we're doing. That's what we're building. Um, do I have to follow both? You might say. It'd be nice for you to. You don't need to, but just to let us know you love us. It would be nice to see those numbers go up a little bit. Where does it help us? It just helps us with trying to get sponsorships and supporters and stuff like that. That's all it does. I'm not looking to become a millionaire off of any of this shit. It's gonna happen when it's gonna happen. But it would be nice to make a little bit of income from it. It's something to pay for a burrito or something. I don't know. By getting, the links of Sony or the indie developer or what have you, that'd be great. That'd be great. But that's what's been going on. That's what I've been working on. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Um, it's just been a beautiful moment. I'm so glad. Like I said, Dell has jumped on the wagon and she's been very supportive of herself. She means so much to what we're doing, and she is very well loved. And if you guys could show her the love, I'll put a link down to her Twitch page so you guys can follow her at, or I'll just give her the name, Fatal Empress D. If you want to follow her on Twitch, give her a shout out there. So please be respectful of her privacy. Don't go stalking her or whatever. I'm trying to get Bill to be more comfortable doing this. So please, honestly, like I honestly fucking mean it. Be respectful, and that's all I'm asking from anybody. Be respectful. Don't be cyber stalking. Don't be fucking doing all this weird shit. Be respectful. And that's first and foremost. That should be fucking common sense. Don't go reverse searching us and trying to find our phone numbers and shit. My personal number probably can be found. Business number can definitely be found. And it is 321-710-53220. That is my business home phone number. So if you want to call the office, leave me a voicemail. Feel free. I also have a spam number, so I skip spammers. If I know it's a shitty website, I'm like, take this one. But yeah, my actual number was live for like I think 24 hours. Somebody might have it. You can actually look at my home phone numbers, but I don't even know my home phone number. I know my cell number that most of you aren't going to get. So, but yeah, honestly, it's like I said, it's again, just be respectful and loving, and this is going to be to the future to the Discord and stuff like that. We also have a new mod jumped into the Discord. I still got to build some of it. It's so much for me to do. I'm trying to get Del Marie to kind of get her hands dirty. Hopefully one day she can start getting into editing and cleaning up some videos so I can kind of work on other shit. But who knows? It's got to be money related to her because right now she is struggling to find a job in Puerto Rico. People are looking for jobs in Puerto Rico, but the problem is it's mostly fast food. So, and that really, really fucking blows. It's not that people don't want to work. They don't want to work for your shitty ass. I keep telling people, I'm like, it's not that people don't want to work. It's just they're not getting paid what they're worth. And that's pretty fucking sad. But it's true. But yeah, I'm asking nicely. Don't stalk. But yeah, it's been, like I said, been a blast. And I'm so fucking grateful for all of it. And hopefully we can move forward and grow as a family together because it's such a beautiful moment for us to do this together. It's so good to meet some awesome people, talk about some geek stuff, nerd stuff. I love it. And I love meeting all the new faces that I get to talk to about 3D printing. And so many friends getting into it and asking me questions. I'm still learning as I'm going. It's ever evolving community, a field that I'm in. Making is fucking awesome. So hopefully y'all can show Del some love, and I show her some love by clicking on that, go into her Twitch and saying, hey man, send her some love. If you do want to email us up at openmindindustries@gmail.com. Our email for Up Past Midnight is uppastmidnightpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to answer the two questions that we did ask you guys, that most people aren't even sending in, or you could just go to our Facebook page, click on that. It's going to be first question was, what was the game that scared the hell out of you? Only one person hit us back with that one, which is cool. Second one was, what games do you like to play that relax you? Mine is usually Grand Theft Auto or a few other God of War. But Grand Theft Auto, I like to hop into that because I get to hop on a motorcycle and drive around and, just without like a repercussion of paying for gas, or I get to like run over somebody and I don't have to worry about that. I've actually done it. It's kind of like my happy place. But that's my thing. Sorry for the lens glare. As people see me doing the back and forth lens glare on the video. But those are our last two questions. If you want to email us those. Also, I will send out a new one for you guys, for those who listen to this. Since the new podcast is for the Up Past Midnight one is probably going to be, what was your perfect weekend? What music did you listen to? What was that hurrah? What cartoons did you like to watch? What was the fun thing that you remember from your perfect weekend? And you got out of school and you're like, shit, it's Friday. It's Pizza Friday. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. Going to go see a movie. Got to hang out with so-and-so. This is a song that I really loved. Yada, yada. So if you want to send us a quick one-page email of that, feel free to do so at openmindindustries@gmail.com or uppastmidnightpodcast@gmail.com. I will keep an eye on both of those. And I guess that's that. So again, I love you guys all. I'm so glad I get to work with Dell, and I'm so happy that things are moving forward. I couldn't be more blessed to work with her. She is so amazing, and I knew you guys would love the hell out of her. I'm hoping those who listened to the last two podcasts enjoyed them. I'm sorry I've been doing this, but that's what I've been working on. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. And I'm hoping you enjoyed those podcasts. I'm hoping you enjoy it. This is the person that I'm working with and trying to build it. So, we'll see where she goes. Sorry for the rambling. This was a rambling one. I've just been off topic and on topic and off topic and on topic. But again, thank you so much for giving me the chance, letting me talk on your car stereo, your earbuds, whatever the hell you listen to this to, or watching it on. I have no idea. So again, my thing is hit that like button. It's not costing anything. I would appreciate it. Subscribe button on YouTube or Twitch. I would appreciate it. The one thing I am really trying to do, stupid, but I have to do it, is get 50 subscribers on Twitch, because Twitch is a dick. And that way we can upload the podcast to Twitch. So I can edit them down, put the video podcast on Twitch, and hopefully you guys can watch it there if you'd like to watch it there. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you. Have a good one. Keep an open mind. And don't stay up too late. See you. Bye.